Hey guys, welcome back. It's Neon. I'm here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And it's about damn time. What took them so long? Comic Book Resources is weighing in on AnimeGate. AnimeGate and the Vic Mignogna situation because, you know, why shouldn't they? Why shouldn't they? Because the hits are there, right? They need to get the hits in. But of course, Comic Book Resources, being true to form, is not taking the position that you think they would take. They're taking...
What position did you think they'd take?
Well, I thought they would be a little more, I don't know, newsy, but they're not.
I knew they wouldn't be. Wait, you're expecting news from these people?
We're expecting news from Comic Book Resources.
Oh, wow.
I'm sorry, that ship has sailed about 10 years ago. No, Comic Book Resources is actually attacking AnimeGate and attacking supporters of Vic Mignogna.
I'm sorry, they're attacking the fans because those fans aren't real fans. Any fan who doesn't 100% agree with them are just trolls. Alt-right trolls. They tell you so.
Oh my God! So this article is written by Ruben Barron. Ruben Barron, who has an anime avatar.
That means you're a Nazi.
That means you're a Nazi. Ruben Barron. Okay, so look in the comments section on any article about recently disgraced voice actor Vic Mignogna, and you'll see some people go to absurd lengths to defend the man who's the subject of enough harassment accusations that Rooster Teeth, Funimation, and many conventions will no longer work with him. A few are obsessive fans still in disbelief that he could be a harasser. Others, however, don't really care about Mignogna or even anime so much as they see this issue as another cultural wedge akin to Gamergate or Comicsgate.
Are you allowed to say those words on here?
No, you're not. Because look, Comic Book Resources will not even let you mention Comicsgate at all in their forums.
Yeah, I knew
they
about that.
Censor all talk of comic book.
But they're allowed to talk about it in their articles. A couple things here. They're saying people will go to absurd lengths to defend Mignogna, but they're going to absurd lengths to write this article as well. And before everybody jumps all over us, you're just alt-right trolls. First of all, we lean left. Secondly, we actually are in the camp of we want the truth. We haven't said one way or another how we lean with the Vic situation, other than we're looking for the truth. What is the evidence? Where are the police reports? Where is the evidence?
Right.
That's what we're looking for. If you show us evidence, then we'll say, okay, yeah, there you go. We have evidence. That's all we've said the entire time is where's the evidence. So that's where a lot of people are, I think, actually. Yeah,
a lot of people are there. And if you don't have evidence other than, Twitter scuttlebutt, which,
So he said, she said at this point.
Yeah, but the guy's been fired based on a couple of people deciding now that they're going to pull the trigger on kicking him out of the industry.
And some of the behavior that I've seen out of the people that are supposed to be the quote-unquote victims should have been enough to get them fired from these places as well, just because the behavior is damning to the brands.
If it were my company, if I were in charge of Funimation, I'd be like, you're all shit-canned until we get this sorted out.
The quote-unquote internal investigations had been brought up for question because some of the people that were quote-unquote in the investigations clearly had a bias and have been proven to have so. So, I mean, this whole idea of people are really reaching great lengths, no more so than people like CBR go to absurd lengths to try to call people trolls or say they're misogynists or whatever because they don't like a certain movie or a certain, TV show or whatever. It's no greater lengths than these places go to for the same thing to poop on fandom.
Yeah, and that's really what I think aggravates me about Comic Book Resources now, about they're actually owned by Valnet, which also owns Screen Rant, which is another one. So many of these blogs now are basically being used by activist types to attack existing fandoms. That's really it. And I honestly think they thrive on the outrage. They thrive on calling out the fandom because they get hits and they get ad revenue, and they're still relevant. The problem is that these blogs, like Comic Book Resources, are being replaced by YouTube channels because people want the truth. They want actual opinions, not opinions that are bought and paid for by the studios or bought and paid for by the publishers. And these blogs are part of a system that they basically have to play ball with the publishers, the studios, and all of that. And you have people there using the platform to just espouse political beliefs.
Well, unfortunately, this is just one of many that is that way now.
One of many.
But go ahead, it gets better. Oh, it gets much better.
Yeah, it gets so much better. So before the Mignogna scandal, there were other issues trolls have tried to use to provoke in AnimeGate.
Of course, anybody who doesn't agree with these people are automatically trolls and alt-right.
There's been rage about critics giving negative reviews to un-PC shows like Goblin Slayer and The Rising of the Shield Hero. the Shield Hero, not a Shield Hero. There was a fracas over High Guardian Spice, Crunchyroll's first original series, which is far from released but has nevertheless sparked controversy with a teaser highlighting the show's mostly female creative staff.
I'm going to stop you there. Okay, a couple things here. The Shield Hero, they had a problem with the first episode. If you watch past the first episode, all those, a lot of those issues they had are resolved and are kind of non-issues for the rest of the show. The High Guardian Spice thing, people were mad about that for a couple of reasons. One, the money was supposed to go to do other things, not things like High Guardian Spice. High Guardian Spice is pretty much a Little Witch Academia ripoff, and it sparked controversy because instead of showing us what you're going to do the show, you instead made a Kickstarter-esque teaser thing that was only about diversity. They mentioned diversity, women, diversity, which I'm sorry, all women isn't diversity. Anyway, and they're just like, they were more interested, they were less interested in about a good show than they were about who they were in promoting themselves. That's what caused the backlash. It had nothing to do with what you're claiming was causing it. They do this throughout the article. They attribute trollish behavior to things that have legitimate, actual reasonable explanations for it.
Well, that's I mean, just like the article on the New York Times, that op-ed piece was like, video games are the gateway to the alt-right.
Everything's all right. It's like this imaginary boogeyman lives under your bed.
Yeah, it is. It's like
right. Oh my god.
Everybody who thinks differently than we do are Nazis.
What I think is hilarious,
which is what a Nazi would say.
But I think this I think this is hilarious because when you're talking about people think of anime, it has a worldwide audience. Not everybody in the whole damn world can be alt-right. And there's a lot of people in the whole world who don't agree with like some of the stuff going on with High Guardian Spice and other things they mentioned later. But no. And the really anime fans are just like this person who wrote the article, and the rest of the world are alt-right people. Alt-right trolls.
So the alt-right trolls have been a problem. They've been problematic since before an AnimeGate even took place. The reality is, according to CBR, the alt-right troll segment of anime fandom has been stirring trouble for much longer. Okay, this geeky, we can't laugh during this. This is a very somber paragraph. This is like General Patton giving his speech right here. Such trolls are absolutely a problem in anime fandom. The harassment many voice actors, critics, and fans have faced is inexcusable.
Okay, let's talk about inexcusable harassment. How about the harassment fans have faced and critics have faced every day from sites like CBR and other sites because simple things like, I didn't like The Last Jedi, or I didn't like Captain Marvel as much as you thought I should, or I have a problem with, you know, this or that because I'm being told that I'm less of a person because I don't agree with you. How come that harassment? You're not mentioning all the harassment that a lot of people face from sites like CBR and the quote-unquote pop culture media that are harassing fans on a daily basis. Because, you know, not everybody agrees with you, and that's okay, but you don't seem to understand this.
No, yeah, fandoms are trolled by these blogs. It's ridiculous. Without minimizing the damage they've caused and will continue to cause.
Like you will, CBR?
There's a reason to be optimistic about the anime community's ability to stand up to that sort of behavior. Whereas Gamergate and Comicsgate, unfortunately, became sustained movements. Attempts to launch a similar AnimeGate have so far failed.
Well, it's so funny because when we told people that they were going to come for anime, we did.
Yeah.
And every person we talked to, their anime fans were like, anime people won't put up with their shit. That's what they said. So there's not an AnimeGate. It's because they won't put up with their shit.
That's what I'm thinking. I think it's getting shut down hard before it even gets started. You know, the reason that Gamergate and Comicsgate kind of took off was there was a sustained back and forth between the journalists and the fans. Mm-hmm. And I think, you know, right now the fans are basically like, hell no, you're not even going to go there. But, you know, so far sites like Comic Book Resources haven't really touched on it. This could change with articles like this, that they could actually start to go on the offensive. Other than Anime News Network, you know, they haven't really gone on the offensive too much against the fandom.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing at this sentence. They're talking about how, you know, this is not a surprise because 4chan. And then look here, wait, no, here. Commenters have now noted how prevalent anime avatars were among Gamergaters.
Oh my god. Oh, yeah, I know, right?
Gamergate troll!
Gamergate trash.
Well, members of both Gamergate and Comicsgate often express skewed Orientalist beliefs about Japanese pop culture being free from the SJW scourge of the West. They literally have a name for you. Just so you know.
Well, it's in China.
Oh, it's in China. Okay, well, but I'm saying, I know that they do it there
Asia
too.
Doesn't give a shit.
I'm tired of this idea that, you know, the Japanese side with us. I don't think they do. But anyway, go ahead.
No, they're trying to push that because you've got you've got publications like Anime News Network trying to set themselves up as sort of the interpreters, you know, sort of the bridge to Japanese pop culture, and then they're sort of, I think, changing the message a little bit in the translation, you know, as it comes over here. Despite unfortunate subsection of anime fandom being so vocal, the industry is better prepared to deal with the trolls than comics and gaming were.
Yeah, you're right. They don't put up with your shit. To them, you're the trolls. Just letting you know this. Go ahead.
Gamergate and ComicsGate are in a large part a response to increased diversity in spaces. No, in spaces that previously catered predominantly to straight white men. No, that's not what it was about. Look, people were pissed off about articles like this where you come into an existing fandom and you say, wow, you take a look around and you're like, everything is wrong. Like, I want to be one of you guys, but you're all a problem. It's like dating somebody and being like, yeah, I love you, but you need to change everything, you know, or I can't love you. And that's kind of what these blogs and these.
Well, no, I mean, I don't know much about Gamergate, but from ComicsGate, from my understanding, it wasn't about catering to a certain audience. It was just they started making changes for no reason other than, you know, because the person they hired decided that they should change it, even if it's a long-standing character. And people are like, wait, why are you changing this for no reason? And why is the quality going down?
And that was
part of it. Why are you attacking fans if they have a problem? I don't like this book. Why are you doing this? You're just a blah, 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 blah. And they attacked fans, and they lost money.
That was a small part of it. The diversity issue was a very small part of it. Actually, a lot of the issues going on, at least with ComicsGate, again, I cannot comment on Gamergate because we weren't there for that, but in regards to ComicsGate, a lot of the things that ComicsGaters were saying were things that the comic book industry itself has been saying for a very long time. They just didn't like where it was coming from. They didn't like the fans telling them there were problems with the comic book industry. If the comic book industry decides collectively and agrees that those problems are there, that's one thing. If comic book journalists, vetted comic book journalists, decide to pontificate about the problems of the comic book industry, that's fine. If outsiders come in and try to do the same
people
thing,
who actually buy it.
Right, that is problematic. That is problematic, especially if their politics aren't where they should be, according to the majority of people who work in the comic book industry.
Well, that's what this all comes down to again.
Politics.
This person very much leans far, far left, and they're mad about anybody else who doesn't. I mean, that's the heart of this article. Go ahead.
Yeah, so we're talking about, you know, anime fandom has been diverse. It's incredibly diverse,
which we've said many times.
So this is not an issue of straight white men trying to push women and minorities and LGBTQ people out of anime. They've been here since the beginning.
Yeah, no one's ever done that. You go, like, I mean, I would take going to anime cons up over going to comic cons all the time because, until recently, because the anime cons were welcoming to everyone and no one got judgy about people. It just was amazing to me that people they weren't like, you know, you didn't see the shit you're seeing on what they're claiming. You just didn't see it because everybody got along. I mean, it was just... Anyway, oh god, this article makes me mad. Everybody
got along until the last 2 or 3 years when these bloggers, these activist types that have hijacked fandom, I'm going to call it I'm going to call it out. They're activists who have hijacked fandom, and they're using these blogs as a platform to espouse wacky political beliefs and attack fandoms. That's what happened with Gamergate. That's what happened with ComicsGate. You know,
that's what you're trying to do, the AnimeGate, but you're getting pushed back.
You're getting pushed back.
And you're trying to spin it that you're the good guys. And you know what else gets me about this is, you know, I'm thinking about the things that you see in anime often. A lot of that stuff would be considered problematic by a lot of these people. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, there's a lot of things you won't get away with now because, oh, you can't do that because it's problematic. It's like, take the fun out of everything because you can't have fun because it's problematic.
Oh my God. Well, that was even when we were talking about Anime News Network and how they've taken the moral high ground only to realize that some of their
moral high ground.
Only to realize that some of their editors used to write some pretty raunchy reviews of hentai, which would be very, very problematic by current year. Right? So there are a lot of hypocrites working behind the scenes here. So the classic Toonami lineup featured Sailor Moon, a proudly feminine series that attracted many girls to anime and Dragon Ball.
Do we have to read every word?
No, we don't, but I'd like to read it because it's just it's just so dramatic. It's so dramatic. It's like
There's
a dramatic
another page of this.
There is. Okay, so they're talking about LGBTQ representation in anime can often be problematic.
Where?
Ranma, I don't know, but that so much of it exists has long attracted LGBTQ
It's been around forever, and you know what? Yuri and I still watched it. Ranma still watched it. Sailor Moon. Everybody wanted the actual translation, not their cousins.
Not cousins.
You know, if there was this people that were hating it and didn't want it, why was there such a demand for it? And you know what? A lot of my friends that watched it and wanted that, white guys. Just saying, straight white guys. Just saying. And they honestly aren't against you. Just so you know.
This dude has no fucking clue. Those who would want anime fandom to be the domain of only straight white men simply have no ground to stand on.
But no one's saying this but this person.
It never has been. Oh my God, you go to anime conventions 10, 15 years ago. It has always been a very diverse audience, even more so than comic book conventions.
Just the last year or two has been as diverse. I mean, I never. That's what's so great about it. Oh my God, I can't even.
This guy is such a schmuck. Like, he doesn't understand.
Have you ever been to an anime con? Have you ever been out there talking to anime fans? Just out of curiosity. Go ahead.
American licensing companies are showing strength in resisting trolls.
No, they got their ass handed to them by Japan, too.
Gamergate and Comicsgate campaigns are heavily based on trying to punish the targets of their harassment. No, they're basically trying to defend themselves from blogs like Comic Book Resources constantly attacking fandoms for having different opinions. That's what it's about.
I can't even wrap my head. This is just so off base. Oh, you'll love it. It gets better as we go on. This paragraph especially.
When trolling reaches critical mass, it's important for companies to stand up against those involved. Ignoring them can merely embolden the trolls and
you get articles like this.
And kowtowing to their demands is the worst possible move. Unfortunately, far too many gaming companies stayed silent about Gamergate because a lot of the people working for those gaming companies agreed with the Gamergaters.
Yeah.
I'm telling you the truth. And it's the same with Comicsgate. There are a lot of people working in comics who agree with Comicsgate who will not come out publicly and say they agree with Comicsgate, because we see what happens if you do that. If you do that, the anti-Comicsgate people will come after you on Twitter and try to get you fired from your job. Because they are trolls.
Oh, again, for the record, we aren't even Comicsgate either. Before everybody goes, well, it's because you're Comicsgate. Nope, we lean left. We are not Comicsgate, and we're in the camp of we're waiting to see the evidence on the Vic thing, which is why everybody kind of listens to us, because we play it neutral and fair. Right. So before you go accusing us of those things, you're wrong on all three. Go ahead.
Unfortunately, far too many gaming companies stayed silent. Okay.
Now you'll love this next paragraph. While many creatives stood up to the hashtag ComicGate, some targets of harassment, notably Chelsea Kane and Chuck Wendig, lost jobs under questionable circumstances. There were no questionable circumstances.
There was nothing to question. Chuck Wendig was basically like, Republicans are shitty people, and he went on
the shit off your
on bashing the Republican Party.
Now he's going after Lord of the Rings.
Now he's going after Lord of the Rings. Disney doesn't want to deal with your political grandstanding bullshit. And that's why he's fired.
Well, Chelsea Cannon got in trouble because she was out there shooting her mouth off.
She was attacking Marvel.
Well, now she's getting into a TV show. So so Comicsgate did a great job there, right? Because she's getting to work on a TV show now, I'm pretty sure.
This guy is like parroting every misconception about these movements. He basically read like whatever Wikipedia article or whatever's being passed around and came to some very wrong conclusions without doing. Journalists were supposed to do due diligence and look into their subject matter and at least do some basic research. These blogs, they don't even do that. They're just like, what's everybody else saying? Oh, it's a hate movement. Yeah, that's what it is.
I need extra money this month because I got an extra bill. So.
Fortunately, the major anime licensing companies in the U.S. appear to be resisting the trolls. Crunchyroll is still supporting High Guardian Spice.
Crunchyroll's barely holding on by its fingernails, and they took a lot of crap because I guess they promised some Japanese animation studio stuff, and they went against them for this. So, they're barely hanging on. People are losing it with these people.
My God, Funimation isn't rehiring Vic Mignogna. I would never go to work for them anyway if they fired me. Would-be AnimeGators might try to point to Kamea-Con reinviting Mignogna as a victory.
That's what this whole thing's about.
Yeah, you're pissed. You personally are pissed off about that.
They're not winning. We're winning. We're winning. If we say it over and over and over again, it's true.
Oh my God, but it seems Kamea-Con's issues were more about contracts than about fan backlash.
Yeah, it was about contracts.
Yes and no, but I mean, but they're like, hey, we have to honor these contracts. Many other voice actors are withdrawing from the event. Actually, a couple. The Trolls' favorite shows, ironically, fund their most hated companies. For all the positive things this article has said about Crunchyroll, Funimation, and other companies, the bottom line is they're in the business of making money rather than taking moral stands.
Which is why they're not listening to you and why they're telling people like you to shut the hell up.
If Crunchyroll were truly committed to a so-called SJW agenda, it probably wouldn't have co-funded Goblin Slayer with its gratuitous sexual assault scene in the first episode, or The Rising of the Shield Hero with its bizarrely positive attitude towards slavery.
Oh my god, you people have not seen the damn show. Oh my god.
It's kind of hilarious then to see the trolls defend these un-PC shows and denounce Crunchyroll as SJWs in the same breath. If they're supporting these shows through any legal means, Crunchyroll makes money. If they only pirate these shows, Crunchyroll either makes money anyway, proving trolls don't matter, or they lose money and decide to fund fewer shows.
They're going to decide to fund fewer shows like, High Guardian Spice. Anyway.
Okay, now he's gonna school anime fans.
Yeah.
The Japanese side doesn't care about American trolls. They care about social justice.
No,
you're wrong. You're wrong.
Okay.
Trolls, you're wrong. The Japanese are on our side. We're the winners.
We have a lot of people who listen to us that are they're Japanese or they're
I know,
from
right?
Japan. They have family in Japan. So go ahead. You guys feel free to correct this person in the comments.
Oh my god. Alt-right anime fans will often assert the medium is free from the influence of American SJW politics. That's how you get people deluding themselves into thinking Zombieland Saga's subtitlers forced trans representation in this show as some nefarious plot. There's a fraction of truth to their claims that American politics don't hold significant influence on anime. But what would-be animators don't realize is that their own stances are also American politics and that their effect on the industry is negligible.
Wait. So their answer to this is, I know you are, but what am I?
Pretty much.
Let's
Furthermore, they completely ignore that social justice politics do exist in Japan and have been for a long time.
No one said they weren't. They have been in anime. I mean, we've had Sailor Moon. I mean, you have male characters turned to female characters. You have Uranus and Neptune and all that. This stuff has been going on for years. No one has said it didn't. I mean, Ranma and a Half, it was a funny joke because some of the different dynamics of the characters. The whole idea that people think that it's never been in there is absurd. Everybody knows it's in there.
Okay, so wait, they're saying that that Japanese authors don't care about American politics, but the example they give is kind of flimsy. They said, look how Sword Art Online's author listened to criticism.
One example.
From international fans about his female characters and worked to improve. Basically, I think it was like, oh, okay, I want my show to do better overseas, so I better listen to these Americans.
Well, no, it was international fans.
Yeah.
They're trying to say it's Americans. One show. One show.
Oh my god, there are some anime staffers who relish the alt-right's adoration, but bigotry is not good business, and as a result, the director isn't finding work.
Then why do you keep writing articles like this if bigotry isn't good business? Because you guys, if you look up the definition of bigotry, you guys embody bigotry and hypocrisy every time you write an article.
So everybody who
Please own it.
Oh my god, this is such bullshit. So anybody who has any concerns about the state of the anime industry or the state of the comic book industry or the state of the gaming industry, they're alt-right. You're basically saying everybody who has any concerns.
No, we say anybody doesn't agree with the stance on here
Ruben is
alt-right. Yes, that's what they're saying. Just like I had it with the She-Ra and the Princess of Power. If you don't like the design, you're clearly a misogynistic. You're clearly just a white guy. You clearly are anti-feminist. You clearly are, racist and all this other bullshit. No, I just didn't like the design. I'm none of those things. It's the same idea of that you either have to fit in completely and to agree with what I say. Anything outside my small circle of what I think is okay makes you alt-right.
God, these people are so up their own ass. It's ridiculous. The online culture wars and harassment campaigns of the past 5 years have been exhausting.
Then stop keeping it going.
Right, and just because an AnimeGate hasn't blown up in that time doesn't mean it couldn't happen yet. Still, it hasn't. There's plenty of reason to maintain hope. You're going to kick it off if you keep attacking anime fans and calling them alt-right Nazis when they are not.
Yeah, I know.
You, Comic Book Resources, and Screen Rant, and Anime News Network, and all these other bullshit blogs that are being used to attack fandoms, you will create AnimeGate if you continue to write articles like this.
But they're probably trying to. Then they can say, look, where?
The trolls, the alt-right Nazis.
I know, and it's like, the behavior out of these places is appalling. They're constantly bashing on fans because, don't you know, the definition only applies to them and their friends. Anybody who agrees with them. That they have this tiny circle in their mind that you have to fit into all these things. And anything outside that circle makes you something else. And that's ridiculous. I mean, you can be a fan and not agree with everything. I mean, I'm so tired of this idea. Remember back in the good old days where you could like something and not like something and it was okay? You could like this episode, not like this episode. You could like this movie by a director, but not this movie by a director or in a franchise. And it was okay. You could like this anime and not that anime. And it was fine. But the argument about, you know, even the Shield Hero, if you watch more than one episode, you'd see your argument is full of shit.
Yeah, there's only like 2 or 3 episodes where they even address the false rape accusation. And it's more about the bigger issue that like the entire country is against him and he has to overcome those obstacles. And that's just one obstacle he has to overcome.
They mentioned the slavery thing. And if you watch the show, they address that as well. But you didn't watch the damn show. And that's just that you guys want to go, you know, jump on these bandwagons, but you're not doing your research. Going on about Wendy and stuff getting fired for no reason. No, there's plenty of reason. He did it. He dug his own hole on that one. So it's like, you guys, you know, this is bullcrap. Stop. Just stop.
These bloggers, you are digging yourselves a deeper hole. These blogs are already losing ground to YouTubers and other news outlets that are basically rolling the clock back about 10 or 15 years and being more objective and more fair, like comic book resources used to be. But since, you know, these industries have blown up, I guess, in the mainstream, you get all of these folks come in who want to use existing fandoms as a pulpit, to use the platforms that have been built on the backs of fans. Comic Book Resources at one point in time was a very reputable fan-powered website, and now it's just another freaking puff piece, you know, ridiculous blog with these people. They're just like hiring anybody. I swear to God, they just hire anybody.
I'm trying to understand why this makes this an exclusive. Exclusive from what? It's not exclusive. It's not exclusive. All the information's out there.
My opinion is exclusive.
Well, this is
exactly what this is.
CLOWNFISH TV exclusive.
Stop it. Just Comic Book Resources, freaking stop it. Anime News Network, stop it. Anime News Network, stop it. Just stop it. You will kick off AnimeGate if you continue to attack fans.
Yeah, just don't.
Just don't.
You're staying out of it. It was doing well for you, but now you have to come flying in there. And you know, it's like no one knows what's going to happen with the Vic situation.
No
one knows at this point in time what's going on. It's in the courts, and I say let the courts handle it. But what I'm having a problem with is I'm just sitting here like, I don't know what to believe because I don't have any evidence. I mean, I guess I'm under the assumption that, you know, innocent until proven guilty, which is kind of what the United States is based on.
Used to be. You know,
I mean, I can make a claim tomorrow that somebody did something. Doesn't make it true. Doesn't make it not true. It's just my word against theirs because there's no proof of this. And that's what we have here. Do I say he didn't do it? No, I don't know that. Do I say he did it? I don't know. I don't know that. I need stuff to show me what I need to know. And I'm tired of these places going around saying that if you don't 100% 100% disagree with what we said, then you're clearly an alt-right troll, or you're this. And why is alt-right the catch-all for everything?
Because they don't know what else to call people who don't agree with them. You know, and there are a lot of people on the left who don't agree with them.
Well, I don't have to say cotton-headed ninny muggins because I'll get sued for that.
I don't know. This is just the bullshit. I mean, again, this shows why these blogs are completely irrelevant. Why people are going to YouTube and listening to opinions over there, because comic book, you know, resources and sites like Comic Book Resources lost track of the fandom years ago. They no longer speak for fans. They're completely out of touch with fans, and they're just letting activist types come in and use these platforms as their personal blogs.
I mean, you can tell this whole article is, we think Vic should be guilty and go to jail, and everybody doesn't agree, is obviously an alt-right troll.
High Guardian Spice is okay.
And High Guardian Spice is great, and you're just mad because it's representative. No, it's a copycat of Little Witch Academia, and these other people were kicked out of AnimeGate, and it wasn't fair. They didn't do anything wrong. Well, where do we begin on what they did wrong?
Yeah.
And it's just like, I don't even have words. It's just the whole thing is just what the hell. Anyway.
Yeah, I can't even
follow up. What the hell?
This is going to continue, and what's going to happen is you're going to bring more attention to it. More people, and this is usually what happens. You bring more attention to a situation. More people look at the evidence, and they look at the situation, and they agree with the gators, and then it blows up, and then you cry about it.
Yeah, I think the days of people just believing it because it's in print is over. I think
Oh,
it's been over
yeah.
for a couple years now. I think more and more people are like, wait a minute, and they're going and checking because they're just like. And then what's funny is outside of like these circles, no one even knows or cares. They just watch what they want, like what they want. They don't really give a shit what CBR says.
Yeah, nobody gives a shit what CBR says, and that's the problem. They need people to give more shits because their traffic is going down. I think their advertising revenue is going down, and if they continue to attack fans, the fan support's going to go down, and they'll be completely irrelevant.
Well, I think people listen to Screen Rant more than CBR, so you might want to up your game, CBR. I think Ruben it definitely qualifies for our Jeffy. He's in the
Well, I think he reads Jeffy because he said about how Jeffy from what was that one Texas paper was the one who said that if you used
apparently they all run the same circles.
Right, they all run the same circles.
Talking points.
If you use an anime avatar on Twitter, that you're probably part of the alt-right.
Right.
And he mentioned that in this article.
Yeah,
so he probably is a fan.
as he used an anime-esque avatar.
Yeah, so
guess
whatever.
what? You are. But I'm putting him on my list with Jeffy as the same caliber.
Oh God. Thanks for the lulls there, Ruben. Yeah, can't trust comic book resources. Sorry. Just can't trust them. Can't trust them.
We don't.
Okay, so we're gonna wrap this one up.
Yep.
Okay, guys, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, rants, gaming videos, art videos, and more here on Clownfish TV. And we'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Hey guys, thanks for watching Clownfish TV. Please consider supporting the channel. Go to clownfishsupport.com. That's clownfishsupport.com. And if you want to join our community, go to clownfishtalk.com. That's clownfishtalk.com. Please subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. We will talk to you next time.